Do not attempt to adjust your screen. Forbes DVD Live is taking over.
Say that, by the way.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, tell them about the Ice Cream Man song.
Niggas love watermelon.
Niggas love watermelon. Ha 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 ha. That's the ice cream truck jingle that you hear. Comes from a song called Niggas Love Watermelon. Ha ha ha. Columbia Records put it out in 1901, I believe.
1910.
1910 sold millions of records. There's no internet. There's no radio stations. There's no MTV, BET. There's no MP3s. There's no record stores like that. Like niggas ain't selling records.
Wasn't no tower. Wasn't no
you
tower.
selling
no whiz.
hard ass ones you gotta put on them and bring them on the phonograph. Like they sold millions of those dissing black men and black women. And y'all coon ass niggas.
They call watermelon nigga ice
what?
cream. And that's how it became the ice cream song. Because they call watermelon nigga ice cream. So when you hear
that's the same tune.
Ice cream. That whole shit.
So,
all that come from there.
2014.
Yeah.
What are you working on?
Say that. Got a single out there with Kenny Parker, legendary BDP producer Kenny Parker. We just dropped it. It's on iTunes. All your digital platforms. Go check it out. No doubt. Gotta
Video
say that.
on ForbesDVD.com.
Video on ForbesDVD.com. No doubt represented on anyway. So 24 Hours of Peace is a company that I started. Peace, love, unity, and safely having fun. It's an annual event that I do in North New Jersey with Mayor Roz Baraka.
Okay.
Shout out to Roz Baraka.
Respect to the Baraka family. But it's an annual event that we do 24 Hours of Peace. It's a 24-hour concert we do from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. Friday to Saturday. We get the nonprofit social service organizations to get involved. We bring the community out, let them know what services they have at their disposal, who's there to help, so forth and so on. And we try to just push the core ethos of hip-hop, which is peace, love, unity, and safely having fun. But what it also is, I do a lot of work in schools. So I have a 2-day workshop program, 24 Hours of Peace, build your skills, character development. We have critical thinking workshops, conflict resolution, and character development with my brother Giant from Bartenders, Giant Thinking. Shout out,
yeah,
it's the homie. Yeah, so we have a comprehensive program that services young folks ages 12 to 19. Yeah.
And that's basically teaching them social studies for real.
Social skills. Social skills, but more than that, like trying to get them to first peel back the layers,
because
there's a lot going on in our society. We're much older, so we kind of more adept at all the minor things that you miss.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you peel those pages back so you can see spaces in between? Conflict resolution is a big thing. Help our young folks communicate with each other more effectively. Help bring more understanding. Learn to look at things in different ways. Critical thinking is the same thing. And when Giant and the Bartenders come through, it's all love.
Yep.
Get that calisthenic on, but train your mind.
Yeah.
Treat your mind like a muscle. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Let me ask you something. Being from Jersey, the gang problem in Jersey is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How did real briefly, because it could be long, but how did the gangs infiltrate the hoods like this on the East Coast, the Jerseys, the New Yorks, how did that happen?
I'm not gonna say I ain't no expert on gang culture at all, but prison culture, folks go in, they come back home. What you gotta do to survive in prison, you start to bring that out on the streets. And then your big homie, a lot of times, it's all love in some cases, a lot of cases, a lot of exploitation. A lot of the big homies, the OGs are exploitive. And the people get traumatized, and the cycle replicates itself.
Hurt people.
Hurt people. You know what I mean? So, I think looking for acceptance, looking for groupthink, human nature. We work on groupthink. What is everybody else doing? That's what we want to do. You know what I mean? Like sheep. You know what I mean? So the sheep need to flock together. And I understand that. There's a time and place for everything. I think there's strength in numbers. There's strength in unity. But we gotta be more efficient in how we network with each other, how we do business with each other. We have to create something substantial other than the petty. We deal in petty economics, hand-to-hand survival. where there's no growth, there's no progress, there's no real investment in it. It's all sacrificial economy. So we need some real OGs like my brother, Dr. Claude Anderson, right? We need to open up pathways for brothers like that to come down and teach our community economics, real value, what money really means, how to collect value, how to raise wealth, not just riches, but let's get wealth together. And if we can see the benefit in that, then we'll start to move away from quote unquote gang activity. But like the Panthers, when you're dealing with the system, anything we do for survival is gang activity.
Yeah. So what happens with the 15-year-old right now that's looking at some of the rappers, and you and Lil Wayne are very, very good friends. The youth might not know that. You know what I'm saying? What about the youth that's looking and say, well, he's blood and he got $60 million and you're not affiliated with nothing and you probably don't got $60.
Right. See, you know, when it comes to that money, it's really hard to get people to see long range, right, and to understand the big picture, right. You know, I wouldn't say me and Wayne are very, very good friends.
Y'all have had conversations.
Right. We've socialized. In that exchange, I was able to bestow something on him of value to him. Okay. Right. We have a mutual respect for each other, right. And I know that him being a college student at one point in his career, he was at TCU or TSU, one of the colleges in Texas, sophomore, psychology major, told me that Wayne Carter is thinking more long range than the average rapper. Okay. Right? So it makes sense that he'd be worth millions of dollars and he'd be a successful. It makes sense to me, all right? But I also know that we have to stop exploiting our weaknesses for our personal gain. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think, you know, like that's something we have to stop doing.
Stop subscribing to pain for money. Try to get away from the pain.
Right.
And uplift people.
Exactly. Let's get out. Like if your value is predicated on hate and misery, if your success comes from hate and misery, you can't be a healthy person.
Yeah.
Can't be healthy.
I don't know if you want to, but I want if you can tell the people the conversation you had with him.
All right, so you know, Wayne used to see me on the regular. Yeah. Madison. Yeah. But in those sessions, you know, we get to talking, and he did share with me that he took his lyrical game very seriously, and he wanted to be respected as a lyricist, especially in New York. He understood the importance of New York, but he also thought that we didn't give outsiders enough respect, and he wanted to break down that barrier, right? But in our exchanges, I said, yo, your name is Wayne Carter. Yeah. You ever think about naming your album The Carter? He was like, The Carter? Why The Carter? New Jack City, Cash Money Brothers, Cash Money Records. They sold all their work out of The Carter. He named 4 albums The Carter.
So you gave him that title?
I opened his eyes up to his last name and its relevance to New Jack City and the streets and what you're trying to get across. Another jewel. Yeah. And I love this jewel. So, Jay-Z and Nas in the middle of their beef, right? Like at this point, Channel Live, this is when we were on Washington Avenue. Channel Live is like we fell off, so to speak. But we were able to nurture up a young video talent named Benny Boom.
Shout out to the homie.
Who got the opportunity to direct Nas's Got Yourself a Gun. So Columbia really didn't want to use Benny because he was still new, and Nas was in the middle of this crazy beef with Jay. So they want to be real particular about the image that they set across, the message that came across. So he comes up, yo, I got the video, but I got to come up with an idea. So I said, yo, you should do the assassination of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King with Nas playing both characters. Nah, that's gonna go everybody's head. You should do Nas as Biggie and Tupac. The assassination of, basically sending the message like, why should we have to go through this again? We shouldn't have to go through this drama again, Jay. Like, we can take it to the streets, we can get busy, we can do all that, but all that's gonna be left is 2 dead niggas. So let's not even go there. They loved the message, ended up being a video. That's a great jewel in my cap.
So that's 2.
That's 2.
Nice.
3. The third one, you
Carl.
spoke to him about the Katrina record and all of that. Wayne, you spoke to him about.
Oh, you talking about yeah, Wayne? Yeah, when Katrina happened, he did this record, the George Bush record.
Yeah.
Like he's dissing George Bush. He's called like Georgia Bush and Georgia something.
Yeah.
The hook is
He
crazy.
did that. I think at the Salsa was VC.
Yo, he Wayne killed it. He went in on that. Like he went in. And I hit him up and I just congratulated him on it because I thought like we needed more of that type of music. And he was like, "Yo, King,
That was
King."
the Ray Charles sample.
The Ray Charles, exactly,
Yes.
exactly. Ray Charles sample.
Okay.
So he's like, "Yo, King, yo, I appreciate that. Yo, I swear, yo, I'm gonna give you more. I'm gonna give you more. Like that's the direction I want to go." But he never went that direction. I want to hear more of that. Like big records, acoustically superior records that have a message greater than drugs, guns. Like, Them Girls Ain't Loyal?
Yeah.
It's a great song. It's a whack message. The Miguel joint. How many drinks to the table? Yo, that melody is phenomenal. Like, that's a beautiful record. That's all you could fucking say. I love the song. I want to sing that song, but it's like, really, like that's all we got to say is.
What about for the non-drinkers like me?
But not even about drinking. Like that melody itself, the melody, the harmony,
Yeah.
the production, the way they arranged it, the shit is phenomenal. Say something. Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Curtis Mayfield, like
Carl Thomas.
Carl Thomas.
Yeah.
Was another one of your homies.
Yeah, I Wish. That's another one.
Yeah.
I Wish came courtesy of Channel Live. Clinton Avenue got Carl the record, and that was that. So our handprint has been on the culture
and that's why
in the business in
that's
a real
why,
way.
See, that's why I say people might say, "Well, what the hell is he on here for?" Because people don't know. And I try to tell people they are unsung heroes of hip hop and the music industry that have contributed to the music that you listen to today and the music that you love. But they don't get any credit. And this is not, if you notice, this wasn't a complaining interview at all.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't, it's not fair interview. It's just that you're somebody who added on to what they love, but you're not in front of the camera as much as the people who they love.
Like when we talk about hip hop culture, right? Hip hop is how we do shit, right? So whether it's journalism, whether it's rapping, whether it's graffiti, artwork, video directing, whatever we do, if we can be an attorney, an accountant, whatever we do, we gonna do it like a hip hop nigga would do it. Like we just, the way it comes across, the way we spit it, the way we do what we do is hip hop. It ain't fucking rap music. It ain't selling records. That's some old other shit that has nothing to do with hip hop culture. That's rap music. Cool. Let's go sell some records. Let's make records together. Let's sell them, but let's not confuse, like, what are we really doing this for? Like, how many people came up because we did this shit for nothing? How many people came up because we did it for free? How many people came up because we did it just because we love to do it? We'd be doing it.
Before we take this call, give on your social network.
Hakim Green at Twitter, Hakim Green at Instagram, HAKIMGREEN, 24hoursofpeace.wordpress.com, 24HRS of peace.wordpress.com.
ForbesDVD.com